Hey, Frank here. Welcome to Springer's Adventures. So, back at the 55 a little bit today, beginning of the year here. So, went ahead and when we first got it running, I went ahead and flushed the radiator out. Had to get some new radiator hoses and gone ahead and put the bottom hose back in, got the fan back on, and I actually had made a fan shroud many years ago, many years ago. So, I'm going to show you what that fan shroud looks like, and I'm going to go ahead and install it in a car. If you like something like that, just let me know. So, hey, without further ado, let's go ahead and put this thing in.
All right, so before we show you putting this in here, this is a shroud that I actually made many years ago. I made it out of aluminum. Let me flip it up so you can see it a little bit better. So, have a little rubber seal right here going along there. You can see I just kind of screwed it in. And this actually fits right against the core support. Did a breakdown on there, a little L shape, so it fits in on both sides and just screws right in there. The radiator I have in the 55 is actually one that I think I got from, I think it was called National Industries. I think they were called a desert cooler at the time. And it was an original style radiator. We mount it, even though I have a V8 down in the car, it's mounted in the 6-cylinder position. So this goes ahead and fits basically, if you're looking from the front of the car, it's going to go right down there against that. This is going to fit up against the core support, and of course your fan will go right down in there. So really helps a lot, really makes it concentrate on pulling the air right through there. So let me drop this down in here and show you what it looks like.
So while I was at it, figured I had to put the thermostat back in. If you never put a thermostat on a small block Chevy, really pretty easy. This part of it goes down inside, just like that.
And before I forget, this is a little trick that I've done for many years. Old shop teacher showed me this. See right there, that little hole, about a little 1/8 inch hole? I usually drill like a little 1/8 inch hole in my thermostats. Kind of like a little bypass hole there. Make sure there's no airlock or anything like that in there, and it always lets a little bit of water flow through there even when the thermostat is closed. I always find it helps a little bit, so I continue to do it. Don't know if you guys have ever tried that or not. If you have, hey, let me know. All right, let me keep going.
Get your housing. This particular one has an O-ring on there. Obviously just fits down there. If you don't have the one with an O-ring, just put your gasket on there. If you get the nice thick Felpro blues, you don't even really need to use any goo or anything on there. So go ahead and put that on there. And then go ahead and bolt it down. Let me grab my 2 bolts. I did put a little anti-seize on those bolts. Whenever I put bolts down into aluminum or anything like that, I used to like to use a little anti-seize on there so they don't corrode up on there. Go ahead and tighten these things down. I think Edelbrock says on their aluminum manifolds, I think it's like 30 pounds. I'll have to look back on that one. I know usually on cast iron manifolds, 35 to 40. On aluminum, it's a little less. To be honest with you, I like to put them at about 20 pounds, 25 pounds max on there. As long as that holds good on there and doesn't leak, I feel like I'm pretty golden on that. Let me go grab my torque wrench real quick. Got it set at 25 pounds. There we go. So anyways, just in case anybody was wondering how to put on a new thermostat inside your housing on a small block Chevrolet, pretty easy. All right, let's get the rest of this buttoned up. Like I said, it just kind of fit right down in there like that. Already got the fan on there. And just slide it around.
That little finagling fit right back in down there where it's supposed to be. So as you can tell, probably got maybe, I don't know, 2 fingers, not even finger and a half between that. So as it flattens out, it really does, I'm telling you, it really sucks the air through there. You can stick a rag up here against this radiator where this thing will go, and it'll just keep it flat right against the radiator. So that really helped out a lot. So as you can tell, I did put, like I said, I put this rubber hose up along here, and that just kind of seals it off from there from any air escaping. And of course it's tight down along there as well. So just a homemade little one there. Works out really pretty good. And yeah, I mean, it's something you could, I'm sure you could go out and you could buy these things now and stuff like that. But if you're like me, hey, what's the fun of it if you can make something or fabricate something yourself? And that way, when you go any place, anybody ever asks you anything, it's like, oh man, where'd you get that at? It's like, I made that. So, hey, I just thought that was pretty good. So anyways, hope that helped out. I hope that shows people something. If you're sticking a small block down on the Tri-5, 6 or 7, and you can make something like that and definitely help keep it a little bit cooler. So as you noticed probably, that the trouble light that I'm using, very bright. It's also very old, antique, vintage, you name it. It's an old wooden handled trouble light. I've had it for years and years. I have rewired it, so don't give me no grief on it. It's not the old wiring on there. And I also did upgrade and put an LED bulb in there, which works out pretty good if you drop it, because they don't seem to break like the old incandescents. So anyways, don't know really how old this thing is. If you guys know, let me know on that one. But this is an old vintage wooden handled trouble light that I've used for years. All right, let me back on the 55. Hey, thanks so much. Don't forget, if you like this kind of content, keep following me here. We're going to make progress on the old 55. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hey, we'll catch you out there in the 55 one day. See you guys.